Hello, everyone. Welcome to IRW 100 Integrated Reading and Writing Workshop with me, Dr. Aaron McCullough. In this introductory lecture video, I want to show you how to navigate your Blackboard course, how to access your Hawks textbook, and also how to get in touch with me. And if you stick around till the end, I'll also show you, I'll also give you a little bit of a tip about how to do well on your Hawks textbook certification quizzes. So the first thing I want to show you is probably the most important document that you'll look over this week. That is your course syllabus. And if you scroll down to almost to the bottom of your Blackboard course content page, you'll find this Welcome to IRW 100 Start Here module. And in this module, you'll find some information about me, about the course in general, and some additional resources that will help you succeed. You'll also, of course, find the course syllabus that includes an outline of our course schedule. So if you click in there, then you'll find the syllabus. And the syllabus can be accessed here by clicking on this little link, and you'll get a drop down which will show you the course's syllabus. Now, there are a few reasons why the syllabus is important, and the first one is right here on the first page. It shows you how to get in touch with me. So, also how to spell my name. My name is Aaron McCullough, and I am located on the Licking Valley campus of MCTC in Cynthiana. I am not at the Rowan campus or the Maysville campus or the Montgomery campus, and so if you drive there hoping to find me, I will not be there. You'll be at least 50 minutes away from me. But the good news is you don't have to come to campus to talk to me or to get in touch with me. You can Blackboard message me. You can email me, and my email address is right here at the top of the syllabus. Or you can call me, and my phone number is right here, 859-569-4751, and that is the telephone number that gets you to my desk, my personal telephone number at my desk at the Licking Valley campus. Now, I'm not always at my desk. Usually I show up to work around 8:30 and I stay till around 4, depending on the day. But of course I do other things. I teach classes in person. I go to meetings. But if you want to find me, the most likely time that I will be at my desk is these office hours here on this table. So what are office hours? Office hours are times that instructors set aside just for students. And so, you can imagine me during these 10 hours of the week sitting there waiting for for somebody to come talk to me, to ask me a question about the class, to call me, and I'll pick up the phone, I'll turn around, and we'll have a chat about the class, and that time is there for you. Of course, I do have other things to do. I'll be grading, setting up classes, working and doing other things. But technically, the office hours are there for you, and so I really want to encourage you to use them. Now, there's one other piece of technology I want to point out for you that you can use to get in touch with me, and that's my OnceHub account right here, link from the syllabus. And you don't even have to talk to me. You don't have to send me an email. You can just click on the OnceHub link, and it will ask you a series of questions that you can answer, and you'll get on my calendar, and I can call you, whenever you choose. So. The OnceHub calendar is restricted to times during the day that I'm free, and so it's only good for those times. Now, I understand that we all have lives outside of class. A lot of us work or go to high schools or have to take care of little ones, and so if you're unavailable to talk with me during the sort of normal office hours that I'll be in on campus, there are other ways to set up an appointment with me. You won't want to go through OnceHub, but you will want to send me an email or send me a Blackboard message and just ask if I can meet with you during the evening or on the weekend, and I will make time for you to do that. So the most important thing to remember here is that yes, I'm your instructor, and yes, I grade your assignments and enforce course policies, but I am here to help you succeed. So next, I want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing in this class from week to week. And in order to start off that little discussion, we're going to scroll down a few pages down here to our grade breakdown. And this is going to give you a very general overview of the different kinds of assignments that you're going to have in this class and how much they're going to be worth. So the biggest assignment category is worth 40% of your grade. That's Hawkes textbook certifications, and they're set up like little quizzes, and they're there to test your understanding of your mastery of the different ideas from the Hawkes textbook lessons that I will assign to you. After that, you have minor assignments and discussion boards, and these assignments and discussion board posts will happen in Blackboard. The Hawkes textbook certifications will happen in the textbook itself. But the minor assignments and discussion boards are going to be in Blackboard. They are worth 20% of your grade and 15% of your grade. And then later on this semester, not for a few weeks, you don't have to worry about them right now, I'll assign two papers, a short personal essay and a short expository essay, and they are designed to be low stress, sort of easy writing assignments that will nonetheless test your ability to write using the skills that we're going to be covering using the Hawkes textbook lessons and some other Blackboard lessons that you'll learn through. So if you'll scroll back up to this course outline here, you'll see the basically week-to-week schedule that will be of the different kinds of topics we'll be covering, the readings we'll be covering, and the assignments you'll be doing. So if you see the center column there includes the major topics we'll go over, as well as the different chapters of the Foundations of English Hawkes textbook that you'll be learning through. On the right, you'll see the major assignments that you'll be covering from week to week. I will say that this is subject to change, but it probably won't change that much. I'll show you where to get information about any assignments that will be that may be slightly different from the way that the course outline looks in just a moment. Due dates in the class are mainly Friday and Sunday. So on Friday, you will complete your Hawkes textbook certifications for the week. And then also on Friday, you'll have a discussion board post due. And that's because in the discussion board, you will essentially reflect on and identify and reflect on one of the major lessons that you learned from the Hawkes certification, the Hawkes textbook for that week. So you got to do the Hawkes certifications first, and then you can post to the discussion board. And then on Sunday, you'll reply to another student on that same discussion board, or me if you want. You can reply to me. I'll post occasionally. There are a few exceptions for that Friday, Sunday due date that you'll have each week. The first one is this first week, the course introductions. You'll have a Thursday due date, then a Friday, and then a Sunday due date, just to set up some different kinds of replies that you'll be doing. And then the two major papers will likely be due on Monday. And that's just because I want to give you an extra day to be able to get in touch with me. I might not be available on that Sunday. I'll try to be, but I might not be available. So that'll give you that Monday to come to office hours or to give me a call to ask any final questions before that major paper is due. So speaking of due dates, let's go ahead and scroll down to my late policy, my late work policy right here. Now, yes, I do have due dates, and yes, it is important that you at least try to meet those due dates. And that's just because each week builds on the previous week, and it all leads towards the assignments that I'm assigning you from week to week, from sequence to sequence. And so the order that you experience this class in is important. And given the fact that we're also interacting on discussion boards, it really works. The course works best if we're all on the same page and meeting those due dates. So I do have some late work policies, and the most important one for my IRW 100 are the late work penalties built into Hawks. They are automatic. They are applied. I don't apply them. Hawks automatically applies them, and this is how I've set that up. So you have Friday at midnight. Your Hawks certifications for any particular week are due, and then for the next 24 hours, you're still good. You're not going to face any reduction for the next 24 hours. Now, once Saturday night hits at midnight, there's an automatic 25% reduction. And that 25% automatic reduction will apply for the next 2 days. And then 3 days after the assignment is late, it will receive an automatic 50% reduction. And that's the lowest that you'll be automatically deducted in Hawks. So you can complete any assignment as late as you want until the end of the class, and it will be only 50% off. Now, I will have, there are late work penalties for minor assignments in Blackboard and discussion board posts in Blackboard and the major papers. But here's the here's the kicker in my class. I am super lenient about due dates, about deadlines. Yes, there are automatic penalties built in, but all you really need to do is come talk to me. If you start to fall behind in the class, if something's going on, just send me a message, send me an email, send me a Blackboard message, give me a call, let me know what's going on, and I will, basically take away those penalties. And I can even do that in Hawks. I said it's automatic, but I can go in and change the due date for individuals in Hawks if something's going on in your life. I know that life happens, and I think it's important for all of us to have to experience some grace, especially around the kind of the stresses that due dates can impose on us when we have so much going on in our lives. So just if you're falling behind, it's never too late. Just talk to me. Now, right next to the late work policy is the attendance policy, and this is an online class, and I don't hold online sessions where you all have to show up at a certain time of the week. This is what's called an asynchronous class, where you meet due dates, but you sort of complete it whenever you want up to that due date. That said, I do monitor attendance. I check in on you as frequently as I can to make sure you're completing assignments, that you're on track to get a decent grade, and so the thing I can say about that is attendance is monitored. Now, the one area where attendance does matter is in order to avoid being dropped from the class, and I usually drop 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 students from every class that I teach, basically on Wednesday of the second week. In order to avoid that, what you have to do is complete an assignment. You complete an assignment the first week, and the main assignment I have for you all this week is the introductory discussion board. The first post due on Thursday, and then you have a few other posts due before Sunday. So complete that discussion board, and then we'll avoid dropping you from the class. This is an institutional policy. It's actually based on federal law. You have to complete an assignment the first week for online classes to avoid being dropped from the class. So there's one more policy that I want to draw your attention to, and that's going to be a little bit of what is this, page 7 here. So about halfway through the syllabus. And that's under the KCTCS Student Code of Conduct. This is another area where I do take a hard line. The Student Code of Conduct for the class includes course penalties around cheating, around plagiarism, and around usage of artificial intelligence. And before the end of the week, you need to go in and read these various policies, make sure you understand the policies and why I have them set up the way that I do, and then also learn a little bit about what you can expect if you violate those policies. And I can be very lenient, but I am not lenient about academic dishonesty. So for that reason, I have a little quiz that you're going to take, and you're going to sign an agreement that you understand and agree to, or that you have read, excuse me, and agree to abide by my AI policies throughout the course of the semester. Okay, so now let's pop out of the syllabus here and go back into the Blackboard content area because I want to show you a few other important elements of the course. So um, at least by Sunday of the week preceding, you'll see the new week of assignments. A new assignment module will appear, and you'll click into it. When it appears and when you're ready to do some work in the class. And the first thing that you'll see for each week is going to be an overview and a checklist. And this is, I know a lot of students don't read this, but it is the main way that you'll be able to organize the kind of work that you're going to be responsible for from week to week. So when you go into this checklist, you'll see an overview of that week's module with some information about what you'll be learning about. In this week's module, there's some information also about accessing your Hawks textbook. And then, this is probably the most important part of the overview and checklist. It's the checklist, and the checklist includes all the due dates that you'll need to keep track of through that week, the assignments that you're going to do, and and any videos that I might assign or readings that I'll assign. So this is a really important way for you to organize the assignments, to understand the assignments that you're going to be responsible for from week to week. So as soon as that module is available to you each week, go ahead and take a look at the checklist. You'll also often see a weekly tip and then the weekly learning objectives in the module overview and checklist section of the module. So finally, I want to introduce you to your textbook, and the link to your textbook will always be available right here at the top of the content section. You'll just click on the link and it will take you to your textbook. Let's see, sometimes you might need to click on View Course here, depending on how things are set up for you. And this is the best way to experience the class here. So on Friday of each prior week, you'll be able to see the different lessons that have been assigned to you, and you'll notice some information about those different lessons. Lesson 1-6 is due within a week, and this is the assignment that you'll be doing for week 1 of your IRW 100 course. So once you decide to read a lesson from the textbook and take a certification quiz, you'll click on that title, and this is the view that you'll see. You'll see three panels here: a Learn panel, a Practice panel, and a Certify panel. And once you're ready to read, you'll click into Learn, and it will be basically an online textbook that you can read and learn about some of the skills and ideas that you'll want to know to do well in this class. Okay. Once you've read all of the lesson, you can exit Learn, and you can go into Practice if you want. If you want to take a little practice quiz before you take the Certify quiz that your grade is based on, but I'm not requiring you to practice. Okay, I could set it up. I could set up your experience of the class to sort of force you to practice, but you do not have to click into Practice to go into Certify. You can skip that part altogether. Now, if you're not feeling confident in your ability to do well on a Certify quiz right after you've done right after you've read the section of the textbook, then you can go in and practice, but that's totally optional. So once you've read Learn, you just can skip right ahead to the Certify quiz, and you'll hit Start, and you'll go in and you'll be prompted to answer a few questions based on the lesson that you've been assigned. Now, here's the one important element of the certification quizzes. I have mastery set at 80%. So in order to get 100% of the points, all you need to do is get an 80% on the questions. So once you've reached that 80%, then you'll get 100% 80% of the points, and those points will go into Blackboard, and and your grade will be affected that way. Now, if you don't get to 80%, you'll have to take the quiz, until you do. But once you hit that 80%, then you'll get all of the points. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, now at the beginning of this video, I promised you a little tip to help you succeed on the certified quizzes. Here is a problem with Hawks. When you go in to take the certified quiz, you will not be able to also look at the textbook from the Learn panel here. It will prevent you from accessing Learn when you're taking the quiz. I don't like that. I want you to be able to take an open book quiz if you want. And so I have found a hack for you. Essentially what I'm going to do is show you how to cheat. I don't know, it's not really cheating because like I said, I like the idea of open book quizzes. So what you'll do is, in order to bypass that function in the Hawks textbook area here, you're going to go to eBooks. And from eBooks, you'll be able to access a PDF version of the Hawks textbook. And once you're in, you'll see the table of contents over here. You'll see PDF, basically PDF copies of all the pages within the textbook. Just go over here. We're looking at chapter 1.6. So we can just click on 1.6 over here from the table of contents. And this is the lesson. And now I can go back in and take the let's see, get back here, and then I can take the certified quiz with the textbook open over here. So if you aren't feeling confident in your ability to pass that quiz, this is the hack. This is the way to cheat the system, as it were. So that's all I have for you today. Good luck. And I will look forward to learning more about you as the semester continues and to seeing all the good work that you do in this class. Take care.